Iran is Shia,
Yeah, the majority.
the majority. Does that matter much in this context?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot because it's Iran project. You see, it's their plan to use Shia ideology to extend. This is their regional project. So they extend the throne in Iraq. They extend in Syria, in Lebanon. Shia is using Shia narrative. It's a very powerful religious tool.
But Hamas is Sunni.
Hamas is shifting ideology towards Iran.
So interesting.
I published an article actually in the beginning of the events of October 7 in Homeland Security. So that's what I say, that we need to pay attention to word by word. The first thing grabbed my attention is the word Shaheed, Prophet Muhammad Shaheed. And I have spent around 8 to 10 years reading Islamic fiqh, both Shia and Sunni. And for me, it was interesting to see how the differences between the two groups actually, and all the group and history. So it is not just I'm studying terrorism, but I'm studying really the fiqh. Because if we understand fiqh, we understand how.
What is fiqh?
It's like fiqh is how you interpret Quran and Prophet Muhammad hadith. So it's actually the interpretation. So there is Shia fiqh and there is the Sunni fiqh. If you understand the interpretation, you understand jihadist writing. So you cannot jump and directly go and read, okay, this is what said, Nasrallah said, this is what Hamas said. Everything built on fiqh. So in Sunni fiqh, there is zero word about describing Prophet Muhammad Shaheed. Zero, no matter what. And why the main speaker, Abu Ubaidah of Hamas, use the Prophet, and even in the last speech, he said, the Shaheed, Prophet, Salawat Salam ala Prophet Muhammad, Shaheed Muhammad. This is why. So when you go, this is not totally the story of religious story of Muslim. Prophet Muhammad for Muslims died in his bed. And if you go to Shia fiqh, the interpretation, they say Prophet Muhammad killed and poisoned by a Jewish woman. He was poisoned by a Jewish woman, and he struggled. Then he died before, as affected the result of this poisonous by Jewish woman.
Which woman? Does it mention?
Not sure. Oh, yeah, it mentioned. Suppose the story, she gave him some milk. The milk was poisonous, and that's why. Basically, on this, he didn't die normally, but he died as a shaheed, which is sacrifices for cause.
Okay.
Then this is. And the first speech of Abu Ubaidah, and the second and the last one, I think before 2 weeks, he said, Shaheed Muhammad. This is tell you how much Iran inside Hamas. This is a shift from here to here, from this side to this side. So when you shift from Sunni to Shia, fiqh and Shia ideology, then your behavior also change. So your tactic and strategies also change, because this is different story. They fight on their jihad, and their interpretation of jihad different. So
I always had the impression that, I'm not super educated about Islam, obviously, but I always had the impression that the Shias were a bit more well-educated and like theological, in the sense that they were well-read and therefore more civilized, I suppose, and like less of a risk, but doesn't seem like that necessarily.
Actually, because of Iranian goals, strategic goals to extend. So the meaning of jihad for them is different. Where they are waiting al-Mahdi, then they started jihad against Jewish. But
And you wrote a
now
fantastic piece on that for Quillette, which I will link in the show notes about Twelver Shi'ism. Very interesting.
Yeah, thank you.